Welcome into Texans Today. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs. We'll be breaking down the latest Texans news and rumors on today's program. But before we get started, I need your help. I'm once again asking you to share a Texans Today video and a little special prize. The first 5 people to share this video on Twitter and tag me at Jeremy Chuggs, I will be giving you a special shout out to start out our live show this Saturday because, yes, we're going live for Texans against the Browns. Wildcard Weekend, the first game of Wildcard Weekend on Saturday, 3:30 Central Time. We'll be going live an hour before kickoff, so join us then. But for right now, I want you to go and share this video on Twitter. The first 5 people, like I said, you're getting a shout out on Saturday. Hello, everybody. Coming up on today's show, we've got the Texans and the Browns. What are their biggest flaws heading into this matchup? What do they got to be working on? And what are some weaknesses that each team maybe could take advantage of? Also, the latest rumors around Texans GM Nick Caserio and why they might be a little bit of baloney as well. Some family drama with the Texans. I know Succession won a lot of awards around the Golden Globes. I mean, we might have our own little Succession drama going on with the Houston Texans. I'll tell you what that's all about on the back half of today's program. But before we get started, shout out to our boy C.J. Stroud. Yeah, for being the Offensive Player of the Week in Week 18 around the NFL. C.J. Stroud, highly regarded, one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League and getting what he deserves in this award. So, to show our guys some love, to show CJ Stroud that you care, I want everybody to go down and spam CJ7. Show some love to our QB1 for his outstanding play to get the Texans into the playoffs and win the AFC South. The Texans are going to have their first home playoff game since 2019. Go down and spam CJ7 to show some love. Now, a little bit of injury news and notes before we get to the biggest flaws for the Texans and Browns. These guys did not practice today. Noah Brown, Jonathan Greenard, Jerry Hughes, Will Anderson. Will Anderson played last week against the Colts, so this is more of just like being careful. He's going to be playing on Saturday. Now, Jonathan Greenard, we don't know. He got injured in that Week 16 matchup up against the Browns. Hasn't been back since. So he's nursing that ankle injury. We'll see if he'll be able to go this Saturday. The Texans are very hopeful, but it really depends on these next couple days how he's feeling and basically on game day if he's able to go. Now, some really good news about who did return to practice, and that is one Robert Woods. The Texans wide receiver room is devastated right now with all the injuries. I mean, Tank Dell, Noah Brown, Robert Woods, those are 3 of your top 4 guys. Nico Collins being your wide receiver 1. But Robert Woods back at practice, a very good sign for this Texans offense heading into a game that is going to be maybe determined by the defenses. The Browns have one of the best defenses in the NFL, so having Robert Woods back is going to be a huge, huge gain for this Texans offense. Now, according to Bleacher Report, the Texans' biggest flaw going into this matchup, and I tend to agree with them, self-inflicted wounds, and that being on the penalty side. We saw a lot of yellow flags, a lot of dirty laundry up against the Indianapolis Colts, and honestly, that's kind of what we've seen this whole season for our Houston Texans. I mean, these are the ranks in the National Football League. For all of 2023, they were 29th in the league with 6.7 penalties per game. The last 3 games, dead last in the league, 7.3 penalties per game over the last 3 games. And against the Colts alone in Week 18, they were able to win that game, but still had 11 penalties. A couple uncharacteristic ones against Jeremy Chuggs, the Pro Bowl left tackle. But either way, this Texans team can't expect to keep on winning if they're behind the sticks, if they keep on shooting themselves in the foot. And that's why I'm looking at this Texans offensive line to have a great game. I mean, Juice Scruggs has been a part of that, having multiple penalties. Jeremy Chuggs, Charlie Heck, and George Fant, who are switching in and out of right tackle, they've had some problems as well. So if this Texans offense, if these Texans can't keep their hands to themselves, if they can't stop with the holding, stop with the false starts, stop getting penalties, it's going to be a long day on Saturday. And they're going to have to be fighting out of holes again and again and again. And that's why if you watched the program earlier in the week, it was one of my biggest keys to victory was O-line clean play. You can't start behind the sticks. You can't win the game if you're continuously 1st and 15, 1st and 20, 1st and 25. That's not how you're going to win this game. So you have to make sure you're playing clean football. I know it's hard. First-year head coach D'Amico Ryans has really changed the culture, but something that he needs to work on with this team is really making sure that they're playing clean, sound football. Now, those are my keys to victory, but I want to hear from you folks at home. What is your biggest key to victory up against the Browns? I'm really interested on what you have to say. Do you think it's not committing any penalties? Do you think it's on the defensive side, the offensive side, special teams, making those extra points? Very crucial, Kaimi. Almost gave me a heart attack in that Colts game. Let me know what you are thinking down in the comment section. Now, crossing over to enemy lines, we're talking about the Cleveland Browns. And according to Bleacher Report, their biggest flaw is in the running game. Yes, the running game. We didn't see a lot of that in that Week 16 matchup because Joe Flacco and Amari Cooper were just giving us the absolute business. But as we look at the Browns' ground game, I mean, really hasn't done well in the past, 7 weeks from Week 11 to Week 18? 3.3 yards per carry? That's not going to do it. I mean, the highs and the lows for yardage per game right there, 127 and 29 compared to week 6 through 10, 178 and 113. The Texans, if they want to win this game, I think they're going to have to force the Cleveland Browns to run the ball. You got to take away Amari Cooper. You got to make Joe Flacco uncomfortable. And that's why at the beginning of the show I said it's very important we get Greenard back and him and Will Anderson are able to get after Flacco. Because if they're able to get after Flacco and make the Browns run the ball, make them where they can't take those deep shots anymore, it's going to mean good things for this Texans defense. Now, coming up, could the Texans be getting a new owner? And the last name's not going to change. It's going to be a new owner in the same family of the McNairs. Well, I'll get into all that in just a moment. But I wanted to give y'all an opportunity real quick to get some AFC South champion swag. Yes, your Houston Texans are AFC South champions, folks. And if I told you before the year Texans are going to win the South, you'd either call me crazy, stupid, or dumb, or a mixture of all three, because nobody saw this coming. And if you bet on the Houston Texans at the start of the year, you probably earned a pretty penny. And why not spend that on getting some of this great Texans AFC South champion swag? Get it today, chatsports.com/Texans champs. Great deals with our friends over at Fanatics. They have shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, this awesome hat. I'm thinking about getting this trucker hat myself. Go get it today at chatsports.com/Texans champs. Now, getting into the family drama. I mean, I haven't seen Succession. Maybe bad on me. My producer, Petey, I know, no on Succession? You don't like it? Haven't seen it either. I heard it's a really good show. Saw them at the Golden Globes, but the Texans dealing with their own succession kind of problems here. Texans owner Janice McNair, whose widow, Bob McNair, owned the Texans, is in a court battle with her son, Kerry McNair. Now, here's what we know and what you need to know about the whole situation, just wrapped up into a little bow. Kerry McNair, the son of Janice McNair, wants to declare Janice incapacitated and not able to take care of herself, thus wanting to take control of her assets. Now, the documents for this case are sealed at the moment, so we don't know the arguments for and against this incapacitation of Janice McNair. Cal McNair, the current CEO of the Texans, said the details of this case could be harmful for the Texans and ownership and could stir up a media circus. So could the Texans ownership change hands? I don't think so. I really don't. This could be nothing, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't keep you on the loop with the latest Texans news and rumors going around. Because, I mean, if you've listened to any subread, that's what I tell you. The latest Texans news, the latest Texans rumors, 24/7. That's why you come to the channel. For this reason, subscribe, because no matter the story, big or small, I'm going to at least let you know, give you the details and let you kind of come up with your own conclusions. Now, do I think the Texans are going to, change hands this offseason? No, I think it's Cal McNair. He's the guy going forward. But it is pretty interesting, and I'm interested to see if or when those court documents come out, what they have to say, because Cal does not look happy at all about the possibility of those documents getting out. So what's in the box? What's in the box? We'll keep you updated here on Texans Today. The last bit of rumors is around GM Nick Caserio, and he has vehemently denied rumors of going to the Patriots after his good buddy Mike Vrabel, who was fired from the Tennessee Titans just a day ago, has been linked to the Patriots job. Now, Caserio makes sense. He was friends with Vrabel. One of the reasons why Vrabel came over to the Houston Texans to begin with was a DC before going to the Tennessee Titans. I really do think the Patriots job, if Bill Belichick leaves, is Mike Vrabel's to have. But do I think Nick Caserio is going to jump ship and go there? No, I really don't. I think he likes what he's built here with the Houston Texans. And him going back to the Patriots, I feel like that would just be riding the coattails. I feel like he would be going back to mama, where he's made his own house here in Houston and he's wanting to defend it. I really don't see him going there. And my notes right here, what he said about the reporters that have, expressed that he's had interest in the Patriots job. Let me see, quotations, jackasses is what he said about those reporters. So, seems like he's not on the move. Go follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs for the latest Texans news and rumors on there, or X, or whatever you want to call it, Elon. And make sure that you subscribe, because we'll be live this Saturday. Texans versus Browns, giving you play-by-play. Going to have a lot of fun, a couple giveaway items. Don't forget to share the video, because the first 5 getting a shout-out on Saturday.